Jammi-Italian Radio. This is Immigrants Hardtalk. Welcome. So, I'm your host, Shadiki, and tonight we'll be having a discussion, an open discussion about real life of immigrants living here in Europe. We're going to talk about the struggles, the challenges, and the experiences people don't usually talk about. So if you are joining us live, let us know where you're watching from and share this live with someone who understands the journey of immigrants. Also, comment, as always, share and subscribe. Now, my co-host, Mr. Kevin, also known as DJ Vive 20, will be having this discussion together. So I would like to start by asking Mr. Kevin, is life abroad really better than life back home?
Well, before I start, my name is Kevin, aka DJ Vibes 20. Yeah, and I'm the co-host. So today we are, well, day where you are, night where we are. So we are going to discuss the challenges and difficulties experienced. You know the normal things that immigrants face abroad. So okay, so Lady Shadiki, the host. Forgive us. We are new coolies, as they would say in Jamaica.
Oh my God.
We are new coolies.
Normally it's me interviewing someone, so it's a flip. We are flipping the chart tonight. So again, I'm going to rephrase the question. Is life abroad really better than life back home?
It depends on how you look at it. It depends on how you look at it. I mean, you have to make yourself comfortable. So that's pretty much the challenge. Make yourself comfortable. So once you can make yourself comfortable, then good to go. You know.
When you say make yourself comfortable, can you be specific? What do you mean by making yourself comfortable?
In terms of living, how you live your daily life, you know, you try to get a job, just the necessary things to put in place so you can survive, especially if you have like a family.
Okay. And what is the biggest misconception about living in Europe?
Well, I would say one of the biggest misconception would be people thinking that um, life abroad is glamorous. You know, most people flex most people flex and and on the internet. So another people would see it and think that oh life abroad is okay, but deep down it is not. So some people live for the hype and some live for the sake of living in terms of making sure that food is on the table, whether for them or their families, you know.
Okay, okay. I see what you mean. And what about reality shock for most after migrating? After migrating, you have a reality shock. What do you have to say about that part?
Reality shock is like reality itself when you might think one thing, but when you reach a destination of whichever country that you plan to pursue a different life, you caught up with reality in terms of what is going on there and around you and the changes that you have to in order to survive.
I understand. You know, many people they post videos online, as my co-host Kevin said, showing something that isn't really the fact, and giving the wrong expression back home, impression back home. Sorry. So this leads to the other topic we were going to talk about money and pressure. Do families back home understand immigrant struggles? Because from what they can see on the web, do you think they understand our struggles?
Depends on the communications between you and whichever family member you choose to communicate with. So it's not how would you look at it? Like I said, it depends on the family members. If you are close and they understand you and they know you and the type of person that you are, then it can be a situation where they understand. But if they don't really have any idea of what you are going through, they can simply assume whatever they want to assume. So to each their own mind.
Right. So, talking about um, your personal experience, have you ever felt it on your skin, like being in that position?
Yes. I mean, I wouldn't say no, but it's just the way how I dealt with it, like I said, and to each their own mind. So from you have your own mind, you entitled to your own thinking, your own opinion. That doesn't mean it is facts. Opinion doesn't mean facts. You know? So to each their own mind, their own thinking,
Hmm.
and their own opinions.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, to be honest, when I just came to Europe, it was happening to me. But at the very beginning, you had people calling and asking for assistance, like financial assistance, etc. I'm a very kind person, so wherever I could help, I did. But after a while, they were exaggerating, so I had to put limits. But I think at least 80% or more people experience this for sure. Even me, I had that experience. So, what about, let's go into the mental and emotional situation, like the struggles there. Do immigrants suffer from loneliness more than people realize?
But if you're on your own, automatically you will suffer from loneliness. But if you are with family, and when you say suffer from loneliness, you can look at it from many different angles. Like, for instance, you will have someone have friends, but the home is empty. So that can be another part of loneliness. And you have people that has family members and friends living in the same house, and they still feel like they are lonely. So it depends on how you look at the situation in a sense. But I mean, loneliness can be a factor, especially if you don't have anyone to go to for a proper conversation and advice. And sometimes the person around you that knows what you're going through doesn't necessarily have the right advice. They may have the right intention, but not the right advice. So that can lead to another fact in loneliness as well. So it depends on how you look at loneliness.
Right. Do you have any question for me? Because I've been showing all the questions at you.
I
Because
mean,
talking from my experience, well, I've never felt loneliness living here, but I've felt homesick. Like the first few years, I've felt a lot of homesick, to be honest. But loneliness, not really, because as my co-host Kevin said, if you have someone with you, like family or good friends, real genuine friends, you won't feel the loneliness at all. So throw some questions at me. Don't let me be the one interrogating you. We're in this together.
it's true, it's true. And just take the time out to shout out to our people, anyone, those of us who are, those of who are watching live inside the chat. Special respect to us, to you all. And we we are going to improve. We are definitely going to improve. So bear with us. Probably the quality seems like the quality is a little bit off at the moment, but I promise our next video will be better quality. Everything will be up and running for our next video, our next live. So without any ado, um, just listen to the conversation and not necessarily watch it.
And yes, comment. Send in your comments so we can even
Yes,
share
let me
with
know where you
others.
are watching from, and if you have any question for us at the same time, feel happy to send in your questions. We'll be more than happy to engage in a conversation with you guys. So, okay, um, where should I start?
Oh my. Take it easy. Okay, I'm all ears.
I before I ask you any question, do you follow the news recently? There have been some this major figure because I'm into football, and he quote something about immigrants on an interview. I can look up the interview, but that is for a later date. What he said was like basically there was too many immigrants in the United Kingdom, and like they are they are based on the amount of them. It's like those who have born there is struggling to get certain things because it has to share for you know the immigrants. So he was like, I think basically what he's saying, too many immigrants. So he wants to pull a Donald on us.
Well, to be honest,
No,
this,
not on us, and the immigrants in the United Kingdom.
okay. Well, talking from experience, this comment was not only done in the UK, to be honest, also here in Italy. I heard people saying the same thing, like too many immigrants here, they're getting more than us, and a lot of negative comments. Well, you can't blame them, to be honest. They're feeling scared. Okay, it's like you're used to living in a country where you have official residents who were born there, and then you see this flood of immigrants coming in one by one, and they're getting many, multiplying. They fear losing their jobs, they fear losing a lot of things, and again, we can't blame them, but there are also positive things from this aspect, like the country, they earn money when they have a lot of immigrants living there to sustain them. Then immigrants, they're doing jobs, for example, that many of them refuse to do because they look down on those jobs. So you have a long list of positive things, also negative things, but we just all have to live together. That's it. From my opinion, we all have to live together. And my suggestion would be immigrants coming into the country should try to adapt to the culture, the lifestyle, so they can make the others who are officially from there feel comfortable, saying, yeah, they're adapting, they're behaving. On the other hand, if you go there and be like breaking the rules, not adapting, not learning the culture, then this will be negative, to be honest. What
But
do you think?
yeah, but sometimes the culture is the hardest to adjust to. If you look at it, because if you look at the background where you come from and the culture that you grow um, acknowledging them, and you come to or you go to a different country with a different culture, sometimes it is against certain things against your culture. So it's like you have to um turn a blind eye, like probably in when you are in your country it will be something different, so the culture can be something that hard to adjust.
So, do you think immigrants change like their emotion? Do you think they change their emotion, their personality?
um yes, to some extent as well, because you it depends on your mentality that you have. As to how I look at it, it depends on your mentality. So if your mentality is not right, then you are going to have a problem. You will have a problem. So it's the mentality part.
What about you? Have you changed?
Um, yes, I I have in terms of how I go about doing things, and in general, not so much because I still have my roots and I still believe in my culture. So far as change towards this culture and this system, no. But towards how I go about my daily life, yes. so so that's the changes for me.
Okay. Well, talking from my experiences, to be honest, I've changed. I've changed a lot. My way of thinking, my way of doing things. For example, I've been living here so long in Europe that whenever I'm thinking, I don't think in English anymore. I think in the language that I live in. Before, when I came here, I usually think in English, okay? Then I translate in the language where I live. Now it's the opposite. Everything I do is like the English is gone. I'm just using the official language where I live. So it changed me a lot, okay? But not only my thinking, it changed also my culture a little, to be honest. I'm adapting to the lifestyle here where I live. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing, to be honest.
Yes, I mean nothing is wrong with adapting. Nothing is wrong with adapting because at the end of the day, you have to adapt to certain things. Just like me, like I said, I adapt to how to go about my daily life because it is a whole different situation that from what I used to,
Mhm.
so that I adapt to. But anything else, no, not really.
I think, ladies and gentlemen, do you agree with me? I think the most important thing is this: never forget where you're coming from. What do you think? Can you answer in the comment if you agree with me? Never, ever forget where you're coming from.
Say X
That's what shaped you.
X what's that? X fan N2Y. Say hello.
Hello.
No, no, I was saying
I'm
that
joking.
he was saying hello.
Yeah, he or
Right,
she,
right.
but I said hello just so.
I think it's X fan. I mean, he or she. I think it's like of a
Ex fan. Ex
yeah
fan.
NY2
Yeah.
N2Y.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Some of them too lie.
Okay, okay.
but what
So,
like if anyone is watching, let me pose a question. Would you migrate if given the chance? And if you are living abroad as an immigrant, or even as someone that is free don't have to hide from the fridge. Eh, if you know what I mean when I said hide from the fridge. If you live in Donald territory, you will understand what I mean when I said hide from the fridge. as they would say in Jamaica, data code. Yeah, yeah, you never heard it before? Data code.
No, I've never heard it
Oh,
before.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I'm
That's
too into the Europe life.
well, like I said, I'm with my roots, so I will know data code. Yeah.
Okay.
So, um, what's let me ask you. So, what is your um most difficult experience living here in Europe?
Well, to be honest, many would say documents, but for me, it was the language. You know, as an English mother tongue, it's difficult to learn a Latin language. So learning this language was a very, very difficult task because the grammar is difficult, totally different from English. And I struggled with that. I had to go to school. I had to look at the people and learn their gestures because they use a lot of gestures. I had to open my ears wide and try to understand them. But in the end, to be honest, it was worth it because, when I'm talking this language, I feel so proud of my hard work. What about you? Which
It,
part
it,
was more challenging for you?
well, the language, the language is pretty challenging because at the moment I'm still in the learning process. Eh?
Which part of the language did you find difficult? But did you find when you were going to school? Did you find it difficult? The grammar, the listening, the speaking, the pronunciation. Which part was difficult
Um,
for you?
I think the verbs. I'm still trying to master the verbs
Okay.
because they are really complicated,
Mm,
and that is what probably makes the grammar complicated as well
okay.
because the verbs is like is the same in English, but they have more. If you understand what I'm trying to
Yes,
say,
yes, I do.
in terms of um, let's say verb avere
Mm.
or dire, you have two, you have lui, lei, noi, voi, loro. So it's like it's the same as you have say two, that mean you,
Hmm.
and noi, that mean we.
I know. I know. When
And
I
lo
when,
so.
when I saw lo
Eh,
so lo so, but when I saw that, I was so scared. I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to learn all of this? I had the same problem, but for me, the most difficult part about it was putting them in a sentence. I could understand. Someone was like, someone was speaking to me on the train. I could understand everything that person was saying to me. But for me to reply, it was so complicated. So I had to push myself a little harder, saying, okay, you need to do this. And I did, step by step. It took me some time, but I did. And now I like it. And this brings me to another thing. I see many immigrants living here, and they refuse to learn the language. They always talk in their own dialect or wherever they come from, that language, because they find other people living here and they get like comfortable speaking to their one another, and they refuse to learn the language, the official language of where they live in. What do you have to say about that?
Well, it's true, and the reason why I say it's true is because in my household, everyone speaks English and everyone speaks Italian. But because my first language is English, even when I speak in Italian, they will reply in English. So right away my Italian get cancelled. So I start to speak in English because that's my first language, my mother tongue, so the tongue is going to go to the English. so so when the tongue go to English, now it's like the comfort zone. So like the mind doesn't mind, but at the same time there's another part that's saying you need to speak more in Italian and listen more Italian music or watch more movie in Italian language, you know? So my surround my ears, as they say, absorb like a sponge. So I will pick up words and then when I hear them I will know their meaning. So when I figure out the meaning I already know the word, so it will automatically becomes part of my vocabulary.
Mhm.
So I think that's what I need to work on.
Well, good luck with that.
You're
I've
right.
been there and done that. For me, ladies and gentlemen, it's the opposite. It depends on who I have in front of me. If I have an English speaking person, it will come out in automatic. While if I have someone where I'm living speaking this language here from this country, it will come out in that language. So this is like an experience that I'll get living here year after year. But you will get there, hopefully. So you will get there.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I I I am I like it here. It's well, this community it's peaceful. Yeah, the community is peaceful. But you know, what was your hardest decision before you go on the plane to come to Italy? The hardest decision are the the hardest thing that you have to think about that you won't have the possibility to do or maybe to see someone, a family member, a friend. What was it like?
Hmm, that's an interesting question.
It seems like your answer was like, hmm.
I just can't wait. I
you see,
can't wait to share my answer.
it seems like I joke you with something. Hmm.
Okay, let's say that. To be honest, when I was leaving Jamaica, for me the difficult thing was like I'm leaving my family behind, my friends, my family. How am I going to manage? Because I left at a very young age, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. We'll keep in contact with my family. But what hurt me the most was this. You know, my sisters, my brothers, they had children then. They were very young, and me living in Jamaica, this means I wouldn't get the possibility to celebrate with them anything like Emancipation Day, Independent Day, or a graduation, or something like that. I wouldn't have that possibility to say, okay, let's go to the beach together, let's go for a walk, or sit with them and say, how was school? You know, seeing them grown up, or bat them, for example, if they're young. Who doesn't like bathing his niece or nephew? I love it. And playing with them like water gun game, you know. I'm a very fun person and I couldn't share that side of me with them. I can only video call and say, how are you? Hi, kiss. And it's very sad. Even up to today, it's the same thing I'm doing. And living abroad takes sacrifice. And I have sacrificed that. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. It's true. And you?
Um, well, my daughter for one, and my mother, some of my family members, which watching at the moment.
You heard it. He said some.
Right, right. Because I'm a loner. I enjoy being by myself. So not saying I don't hang out with friends or chill with family members or anything of that, but I'm more comfortable when I'm alone. It may sound weird or maybe I'm not saying it the right way, but if you understand, you understand. I so leaving, as I said, my daughter, my mother, a few family members and friends. One side was like missing them, but another side was saying, well, I get a vacation.
New opportunities.
Yeah. That was another part I was looking to because I like a challenge, you know. I like a challenge. So that part was a part where I was anxious to experience, so to
Mhm.
speak.
So this leads to another question. While you were going through the challenge that you like so much, did you have any motivation to keep you going through that challenge? Because challenge sometimes is difficult. So what motivates you to continue going on and not giving
Um,
up?
I mean, family, family. When you have family, that can that should be your biggest motivation. Especially if you're a mom or if you're a dad, you have to use that for your motivation. You know, and so make sure that your kids are okay, and if you are married, your wife, your husband, whosoever you are, you know. And if you're a wife, support. If you're a girlfriend, support the boyfriend, the husband. You have to come together and figure it out. That's how I look at it.
Okay. And my last question for you is this. So what does success abroad truly mean for you?
Um, how would I look at it? As I was listening to a cartel song the other day. Well, and he was saying, let it record as not, nothing apart from nothing can go on without a Lord in my yard. But the part that resonates with me is when he said that get the money, get the power. The part that comes after, I don't really freestyle like that, so I won't indulge in that part. But um, is basically saying that we should put the Lord first and work for what we want, get the money, then the power. But it depends on what kind of power you're looking for, because with money comes power. But I'm not looking for that power. I'm just looking for the power that stabilize me and my family, you know. And the part is where he said that the amount of Versace he has on, I'm talking Italian, Mr. Milan. So I don't know why that comes to my mind, but it's because of you said the goal. So I say that to say this. My goal is to SYM, which means stack up your money.
Okay.
Yeah, stack your money. So that's SYM. That's what it means.
Mhm.
Don't follow those people and say SYM mean they know what. So I won't say it. So that's my aim, to work, see if I can probably open my own business, which is something that I am processing at the moment, but it is difficult, but I have the support of my sponsor, which is my lifetime sponsor. I won't go too much in
Don't go
details
there.
in that part. Save it for another time if we may. So so that's basically the aim, to work so I can support my family and make them comfortable and help out some of the family back home that's saying that him have it.
which is difficult that we have.
Yeah, they may be saying that the same thing about you. You have it.
Oh my.
But
No, they can't. You know why, ladies and gentlemen? I have to oppose on this. They can't say this about me. You see me? I'm a simple person, easygoing and simple. I don't brag.
you're tricking the
No,
crowd.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm simple and plain. The way you see me, that's the way I am. I don't exaggerate. I don't show what I don't have. The way you see me, that's the way I am. A happy, jolly person, just trying to make life simple. I don't want to be extra rich or extra poor. I share Kevin's opinion. I just want to have enough to make my family comfortable, to live a normal life, to pay the bills. I know everything is okay. For that, I'm good. That's me. Simple, plain.
Ladies and gentlemen, she near Richard Nan talk.
Not true. It's not true. Please don't exaggerate.
She near Richard Nan talk.
Okay. What's your
We,
closing question for me?
yeah, close already.
Why?
Eh.
Ladies and gentlemen, should we close down? Send in your comments. Let's see if you're enjoying the chat. Do you have any feedback, any requests, any questions? You can also send in requests like songs to our radio station. Okay. On Friday, we have request night. So if you want to hear a special song, you can ask for it. Just come and send in your request here, or after maybe we can share the radio station number so you can send in your request to us. Okay. Last question.
Well, before I go to the question, guys, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube station, Jammi-Italian Radio podcast, so that we can grow and become a part of our community as well. Because very soon we are going to be dropping exclusive content for members only. So you don't want to miss out on those content. And it is more in depth, and some of the videos we probably will go into the street to see if we can interview firsthand, off the bat, as they would say. But I don't really have any question, more than you see what's going on with Mr. Donald.
Yeah, but I have nothing to say about that for now. Maybe in the next one.
Boom.
Oh my.
Well, Mr. Salute to each their one.
Thank you for joining us. I'm signing out. Love, peace, respect from Jammi-Italian Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, your co-host. You already know, DJ Vibes 20, but on the program you can call me by Kevin. Yeah, but even 20, whichever works. And please remember, please guys, remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, and help YouTube so YouTube can push us in the algorithm so we can grow our community, and spreading the knowledge across, so that you never know which ears or which eyes this video may reach and give them a more in-depth opinions about deciding to move to a foreign country, you know. So salute. Thanks for watching. Yeah, to everyone that was online or that are still online. It's our first. At one point we have 20 something um, views. No, person watching, I should say.
Viewers.
Viewers, yes. Thanks for the correction. So I hate that.
See you,
I hate
everyone.
that. And
Thank
oh,
you.
one more thing. Please join us next week at 7:30. We were a bit late tonight because at because of certain circumstances. And
Technical problems, ladies and gentlemen.
they say first impression last. I should have apologized before, but as they say, it's never too late for a show of rain. So until next time, it's your boy DJ Vibes 20 and Lady Shadiki the host signing out. Peace.
Okay. Are you out? Are you still there? Come on, you're still there. Come out. He doesn't want to come out, ladies and gentlemen.